Sometimes a quick email is all you need.
Exactly.
You know, and I don't
Well,
understand
that's, again, that's
it's
why...
a communication channel.
That's why setting the parameters of what you expect in terms of responsiveness
Yeah.
from your lawyer is critical in those first 2 meetings before you sign on the dotted line. And by the way, do not be shy about complaining when the promises that you are made in that interview are not living up to it. One of the things you have to understand.
I have to laugh because I'm just like so not okay anymore. It doesn't take much to burn me and learn my lessons.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Right. Yeah, no, but the fact is that I understand as a lawyer,
Yeah.
it's a profession. And I don't know, people like you said, maybe they're intimidated. But chances are, especially if you are a startup or a young business, that this cost is going to be a significant, probably some of the most money you've spent, other than stock, if you sell a product out in the marketplace. This is an expense that is a significant expense. You are entitled to certain things, and you shouldn't be embarrassed to enforce those rights.
I
And
really
one of them
appreciate
is-
you saying that.
One of them is to know what the heck is going on. Don't ever let the lawyer forget it is your case. It is
Yeah.
not his or her case. This is my problem.
Right.
What do you mean you're not going to? I need to know what's going on.
Right.
I need to be
And if
involved.
not, you got to have that person removed. That's a lesson I
Right.
learned. Don't be afraid to
The
fire.
other thing,
if
Brian,
it's not-
that's it. That's right. Move on. There's lots of other ones out there.
Exactly.
But the important thing also is not just cost. Demand that you be notified of expenses above a certain amount.
That's a good point.
Demand that you'll be notified if the monthly billing is going to exceed a certain amount.
So there's no surprises.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to set, pick a number, 1,500. I want to set 5,000. Obviously, every case, every business is different.
Right.
It may be 500,
Right.
whatever it is. Mr. Lawyer, Ms. Smith, do me a favor. When I get to 1,500, give me a call. I want to know. You do not have authority to bill
go
me
past.
more than 1,500 a month without my permission. Why not? It's your budget. Obviously, if you're in court and that's thrown it over, that's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
You don't put the lawyer in the middle of the summation and say, hold on one second. By the way, we've just hit your target number. Okay, let's be rational. But
Yeah.
most of the money is spent outside of court. And now, I shouldn't say that. Most of the money that people complain about are spent outside of court. Because when you're in court with me, you know how long we're there.
Well, exactly.
You see what
there's
I'm-
that whole dispute, and
You
there's no
see-
question they were doing the work.
You see what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Right,
No
so-
one's going to be arguing.
No one argues that court bill. I've submitted bills, you see 8 hours in court. That's a big chunk of change. But the lawyer's sitting there, the client is sitting there with me.
Exactly.
It's not a problem. But now all of a sudden, 8 hours of meetings the next day. Why? Of course, it may have very well have been necessary. You just want to be explained what was accomplished. I love it when, and clients come to us all the time asking us for help with prior legal fees. So these questions come up. The partner and the associate bill for a 4-hour meeting, right?
Okay.
Okay, so now you're getting double billed, because the client's paying, the associate's billing, the partner is billing.
Wow.
Okay, what was accomplished? What was produced? What did this 4-hour meeting get me?
What do you do in those situations with so many people involved?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, what do I do in my firm?
Yeah.
First of all, we don't double bill.
Even if there's a couple of attorneys talking?
Because not if the client brings the problem to me,
Right.
okay? If I need to explain and bring in this other lawyer, and I have to explain what the client just sat and told me, that's not a client expense.
What if they're sitting in the same meeting as you? Let's say
There's redundance. There's
Really?
billing practice called redundancy. And the Code of Professional Responsibility requires you to avoid redundancy. So why is he sitting there? Why? What's he going to accomplish? If you look at the better firms, when the billing matches up and there's a partner and an associate,
Yeah.
and it's not, sometimes it's necessary to have two lawyers, by the way.
Yes.
It's just too much to handle, and I bring an associate, and the client is getting billed
I
twice.
see.
But because we're doing different things.
I got you.
Yeah, we're doing different things.
Okay.
So he needs to be there to go do research on the fly. If the judge brings up an issue, to liaison with witnesses.
So
if
you're
I'm on
tag
trial.
teaming this.
So right. But let's say we're talking about this other thing where
Right.
I don't know all the fine points of the case. So this associate who did the research is coming to court, whatever. A good firm, when you match the bills up, one of those will say, and should say NC.
What's that? No charge.
No charge.
Right.
Because it was for the lawyer. It wasn't for the client.
I got you.
That's what's he doing for the client. Because why did you bill for two lawyers? And they'll say, well, he did the research, I needed him to explain the research to me. To who? So you pay him.
Right.
If you needed him to pay the research, to do the research, then he should have done the argument or something. So look for that and ask about that. How do you bill
I
for
like that.
associates? Again, have all these conversations, and the law firm should be able to look you in the face and explain their billing practices. So go over their billing practices with them and take the time. How do you bill? In what blocks of time? What will I be billed for? What level of phone call? Will I be billed for an email?
Right.
How will I be billed for an email?
Yeah, the expectation setting is so important to have a good relationship.
And so now you've worked at this relationship. You've seen if they have representative clients. You've seen if they've had representative cases that you can look at and read. Perhaps even see the brief that they wrote. So much is available online now. Then you can also ask independent rating sites to see if they're on there and what their ratings are. Look at their website. I mean, so there's a lot of information, much more than before.
Right.
I have to say, one of the best ways to find a good lawyer
Mm-hmm.
is to talk to other business owners.
Ask for referrals.
What do you like?
Good old-fashioned way.
What do you like? What don't you like? But have them be specific. You know, a lot of business lawyers maybe don't like to talk about the litigation that they've gone through, but again, because it's kind of the cost of doing business sometimes, they should be at least able to say, well, I like my lawyer, I didn't like this, or be careful about that, this guy is good. So you can certainly ask the community, the Chamber of Commerce, the
Okay.
local Chamber of Commerce, can they recommend a business lawyer in the area? Try to get independent sources to say, this is somebody who is effective and cost effective. And those are the two most important things. And responsive to you.